Hello and welcome back to WWE 2K20 Universe Mode, and we are finally here. It is Clash of Champions tonight, where every single championship belt will be defended, and we are starting things off tonight with the Raw Women's Championship match. Rhea Ripley going up against the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. But before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave us a like down below, and let me know in the comments what your favourite match from this part of Clash of Champions is, and make sure to hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on part 2 of Clash of Champions and Hell in a Cell coming up next in Survivor Series and all the way till WrestleMania. But let's get started with this action. Rhea Ripley, she has been on a tear as of late, and she's been getting in the way of Becky Lynch. These two have been going at it recently. Of course, this is not the first time these two have met at a pay-per-view either. These two originally met back at Extreme Rules in an Extreme Rules match. However, on that time, Becky Lynch managed to come up on top, the woman who's held that championship since the beginning of Universe Mode, but it was mainly due to the Extreme Rules stipulation. Rhea Ripley struggled to hold her own in that stipulation, not knowing what to do with all of the weapons and the chairs and everything, and Becky Lynch always managing to reverse anything that was coming towards her in that match. But this is a regular one-on-one contest. Things are going to be very different in this one, and Rhea Ripley's also grown a lot as a performer since Extreme Rules. She's very much on top of her game right now, managing to beat Charlotte Flair and get into this position, attacking Becky Lynch, showing her a more ruthless edge. And while things have been looking good for Rhea, but you cannot look past Becky Lynch. She has been a dominant force here in Universe Mode, and I would be surprised to see her lose that championship at all. Maybe holding on to it all the way through WrestleMania, I would not be surprised indeed. But it's going to be interesting to see who will come out on top on this one. And of course, there is always the looming threat of Shayna Baszler, Miss Money in the Bank. You never know when she might decide to pop her head up and potentially cash in, take a championship for herself. You never know, but as the champion, you always have to be aware that whenever you're in a match, it may not just be a one-on-one match. There may be a triple threat coming, there may be a cash in after the match. You've always got to be aware. And Rhea Ripley managing to get the reversal here with Becky Lynch on the outside, and a big super kick to the back of the head of Becky Lynch. But Becky now managing to get back to Rhea, throwing her over to the other side. But they need to get back in the ring, of course. This is now to a 5 count. Because this being a regular match, if you get counted out, it will be champion's advantage, meaning that Becky Lynch would retain her championship here if Rhea or Becky got counted out or DQ'd. The only way the belt changes hand is via pinfall or submission here today. And Becky Lynch surely did have the advantage at the beginning of this match, but Rhea is managing to pull it back in. It's been quite a more even contest in this one. Oh, a big super kick to the face of Becky Lynch there, taking her off her feet. And now Rhea looking to capitalise on the momentum she gained from that. Catching Becky, kicking to the gut, and then up into a big suplex. And my goodness, into a face buster there onto Becky Lynch, down into the mat. You can definitely see Rhea has the power advantage, but Becky has the experience. She has the speed advantage. She knows how to deal with different opponents. Like going from someone like Sonya Deville at SummerSlam to Rhea Ripley to Alexa Bliss to all these people that Becky Lynch defends their championship against. All very different styles, different advantages, disadvantages, different size advantages. You have to say Becky knows what she's doing when she's in the ring. And wait a second, the Exploder suplex, that is a move that has put away a lot of people here in Universe Mode. It's almost as effective as her disarmer. Wait a second, 1, 2. Rhea Ripley though managing to kick out of that one. Yeah, like I was saying, surprisingly with Becky Lynch, it is her more physical moves that do manage to put people away better. And I think she was looking for the disarmer there, but Rhea Ripley got out of the way and a big super kick to the back of the head, and now Becky crawling back to her feet, and Rhea perhaps taking a second too long, perhaps not capitalising on the advantage that Becky gave her there. But Rhea Ripley now punching Becky Lynch down, and what is she looking for here? Wait a second, Rhea. Becky Lynch on the ropes. And drive-by by Rhea Ripley, my goodness. Kicking the head off of Becky Lynch right there. And that is some brutal action. You gotta think Becky will not be all in one piece after that. That huge drop kick to the head of Becky Lynch while she was already pretty much out of it from that super kick to the back. But Becky managed to get back into it slightly, but only getting a 1-4 there over Rhea Ripley. But I think it was just instinct for Becky Lynch there. It's another thing that comes with being the champion for so long. You just have that instinct. It's all built into you. Like sometimes you'll get hit by a massive move and you'll just be able to kick out or one instantaneously because your body just clicks in. Your mind, your instincts, they click in and you're just like, I can do this. And you've done it. You don't even realise it's happened. Wait a second, Rhea taking Becky to the top, but Becky reverses. Now Becky looking to take Rhea down. Huge drop kick from the top rope. And wait a second. Miss Money in the Bank, Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler's here. What is she going to cash in? She is pointing. Is she cashing in? Becky Lynch completely distracted by this. Rhea getting back to her feet, but Shayna not cashing in. Shayna Baszler leaving. And wait a second, no, come on. No, Riptide. Riptide to Becky Lynch. 1, 2, 3, and we have a new Raw Women's Champion. Unbelievable. Shayna Baszler coming out looking like she was going to cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase, teasing Becky Lynch. Becky getting completely distracted and allowing Rhea Ripley to get back to her feet, and Shayna Baszler changing her mind, walking away, allowing Rhea Ripley to pick up the victory and become the new Raw Women's Champion. Unbelievable stuff there. Unbelievable. The reign of dominance from Becky Lynch, it has been ended by Rhea Ripley, and you got to give the assist to Shayna Baszler here tonight. Wow, wow indeed. We have a new era on Monday Night Raw, an era of brutality. But now we move over to SmackDown and the Tag Team Championships. Of course, this match is a triple threat Tornado Tag Team Championship match for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. We have the Undisputed Era here, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and they have been on a tear since SummerSlam. These guys picked up the big victory in the 6-man tag team match at SummerSlam. It was Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish versus Goldberg, the surprise mystery opponent, Roman Reigns and Keith Lee. And while it was Kyle O'Reilly, I apologise, getting that big victory in that match. And that's what got them this position, got the opportunity to go up for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Of course, Ali and Ricochet, they had their match for the championships last time at SummerSlam, but they were screwed out of those titles. At least that's what they say. They say they were screwed out of them by the New Day. The New Day, Xavier Woods, distracting Ricochet, distracting him so that they weren't going to be able to get the pinfall. He had the match won. Xavier was the distraction, and Big E catching him with the big ending, getting him in the corner for the midnight hour. And well, Ricochet and Ali were not happy, and they have shown much more of a aggressive streak since that match, and they have been desperate to get another opportunity at the New Day. But this time it is not just the New Day they are facing, they also have to deal with the Undisputed Era. But again, similar to Becky Lynch, the New Day have held onto these championship belts since the beginning of Universal Mode. They have been the tag team on SmackDown. And well, it's going to be difficult to see them losing those belts here tonight. But here we go. It's going to be chaos in this one. 6 men in the ring. Already, Kyle O'Reilly taking out Ricochet like that brutally. Thought he was going to go for a sleeper hold, but instead taking it into a suplex instead. And this is just going to be chaos in this one. All these men going at each other constantly. Big E and Xavier picking on Mustafa Ali at the moment. Big E picking up Bobby Fish. What is he looking for here? Slamming him over the knee. Ricochet and Kyle O'Reilly in the middle of the ring. Oh, slamming him down, and Big E taking it to Ali. I'm surprised Ricochet isn't going after Xavier Woods right now. That seems to be where this rivalry all stems from. And instead starting to stick with the Undisputed Era right now, perhaps looking to choose one man to do damage to. And now Ricochet again going after another member of the Undisputed Era, going after Bobby Fish right now. Perhaps he thinks that going after the Undisputed Era, they might be the weak link in this match. But in the ring we have two members of the New Day and Bobby Fish and Ricochet right now. Things are definitely going to be looking good for the New Day at this point. They're going to be able to take advantage of this. Well, I say that, and then immediately Ricochet with a huge DDT to Big E, making her to roll out the ring. But in comes Kyle O'Reilly, taking it to Ricochet once again. Woods and Bobby Fish now on the side, as we see on the outside. Ali starting to get back to his feet. Ali and Ricochet, both of them in the ring, looking to get some advantage in this one right now. But so are both the Undisputed Era boys. And Kyle O'Reilly taking Ricochet down. And you cannot forget, Kyle O'Reilly does have a pinfall victory over Roman Reigns. That is a huge victory for Kyle O'Reilly to have. And we could, by the end of the night, have an undisputed golden era. Of course, Adam Cole in the Universal Championship match coming up in our main event of part 2 here of Clash of Champions. The big fatal 4-way Falls Count Anywhere match. And that is going to be a brutal affair. And maybe the Undisputed Era could hold all of the gold by the end of the night. The Golden Prophecy could be complete. But wait a second, Woods getting a huge punch into the face of Ricochet, managing to cut him open, it looks like right now. And Ricochet looking completely out of it. Big E now taking it to Ricochet, tossing him over his head like that, and Kyle O'Reilly going after Ali. Ricochet rolling out of the ring, and Big E, the huge splash to Mustafa Ali. Is that going to be enough to put away Ali? Big E trying to go for that pinfall, yes he does. Bobby Fish though right next to him. Bobby Fish, oh, I think Xavier Woods just messed it up for the New Day there. Xavier knocked Bobby Fish. Bobby Fish landed onto the pile of Big E and Mustafa Ali. I think they might have had it won just there. But Ricochet back in the ring now, taking it to Big E, trying to get his revenge. Bobby Fish though also in the ring, taking it to Xavier Woods. Big E a huge over the top throw to Bobby Fish, and now what is he looking for here? Looking to take Bobby Fish over to the ring ropes. Ricochet flying over the top there, reversing and flipping out of whatever Xavier Woods was looking for. And Ricochet, what is he planning on doing here? Some kind of huge suicide dive, it looks like. But never mind on that one. Ricochet changing his mind now after Xavier Woods went to the outside to take it to Bobby Fish instead. Now Ricochet out in the ring. Big E going after Kyle O'Reilly right now, trying to do some damage to him. But Ricochet and Ali, both of them back in the ring at the moment. Xavier Woods and Bobby Fish fighting on the side. Ricochet with the big flatliner to Big E. Is that enough to put him away right now? Big E Ricochet looking to pin Big E right now. Is this going to be enough? 1, 2. Only a 2 count. That was the perfect opportunity though for Ricochet and Ali. Big E, middle of the ring, taken down. Ali dealing with Kyle O'Reilly and Xavier Woods, and Bobby Fish not paying attention on the outside of the ring right now. Big E, huge belly-to-belly suplex to Ricochet. There's so much action going on in this one. Oh wow. Big E seems to be coming over to attack Bobby Fish, but Ali saw it coming, going with a knee to the face. On the outside, Bobby Fish really taking it to Xavier Woods at the moment. But inside the ring, we have Big E and Mustafa Ali, both of them trying to pick the pieces on Kyle O'Reilly right now. Woods and Bobby Fish back into the ring finally. Oh, huge Frankensteiner there to Bobby Fish from Mustafa Ali, and Ali looking to get to the top, but Xavier Woods is calling for something big. Brain buster there from Kyle O'Reilly. He defeats, and a huge dropkick from Ali, but Ali manages to miss. Can Xavier Woods be able to pin Bobby Fish right now after that huge defeat? 1. But no, Kyle O'Reilly was paying enough attention to be able to see what was going on this one. Everyone back in the ring now. Ricochet back in as well. Ricochet going after Bobby Fish, Big E and Ali. Wait a second. Huge move there from Ricochet on the outside. Big E now taking it to Kyle O'Reilly. Woods running into Ricochet. Ricochet kipping straight back up in this one. And now everyone once again back in the ring. All 6 of these men. And a big German suplex from Ali. Big E getting a huge reversal there. Woods rolling through on Kyle O'Reilly. going for that pinfall, but Ali straight over there, breaking it up instantaneously. Ricochet, no, Woods going for the pin on Kyle O'Reilly again. Ricochet the pin on Big E, 1-2. Only a 2 count there. Woods can't believe it, neither can Ricochet. Kyle O'Reilly trying to look for the end. They're trying to hit a big move onto Big E, but Ali there to prevent it. Ricochet now circling around the ring as Ali and Woods go into it, go at it. Bobby Fish on the outside, Big E getting back to his feet, and Kyle O'Reilly being pulled back up by Ricochet, but Ricochet deciding to take it to Big E, hitting the big uppercut to the back of the head of him. Big E now to roll out the ring. Ricochet changing his mind over to Kyle O'Reilly, but Ali has managed to get the submission in, but too close to the ropes. Ricochet looking to hit that suicide dive that he was unable to hit earlier, and this time hitting it dead on the 2. Kyle O'Reilly and wait a second, it is just Ali and Woods. 054, is that enough? Is that enough? 1, 2, no! Somehow Xavier Woods managed to kick out of that. That was the perfect opportunity for Ricochet and Woods in this one. The 054 on Woods, no one else in the ring. My goodness, Ali, they've gone back up to the top. What is he looking for here? Big drop kick to the back of the head of Kyle. And now taking it back to Woods. Ricochet though up to the top rope. Changing his mind at the top, looking for something big onto Bobby Fish. Woods and Ali in the corner. Big E and Kyle O'Reilly on the outside right now. And Ricochet power lifting. Oh my goodness. Lifting Bobby Fish like he's nothing. Slamming him down to the man. Big E finally back into the action right now. He's been out of this for quite a bit. Woods getting back to his feet. We have both of these teams in, and now the Undisputed Era kind of out of it at the moment, being, wait a second, are we going for it? The big ending! Big E, is that going to be enough? Is that going to be enough to put away Ricochet? Have they retained the SmackDown Tag Team Championships? 1. Ali though, Ali paying attention, not allowing it to happen just yet. Managing to prevent Big E from getting the victory with the big ending. Ricochet rolling out of the way. Big cutter there from Woods onto Bobby Fish, and skull crushing finale essentially onto Mustafa Ali there from Woods. Ricochet and Woods, wait a second, big ending, big Xavier Woods again, miscommunication between the New Day there. Big E though calling Bobby Fish back to his feet, looking for the big ending once again. Is this going to be enough for Big E? Big ending, but Ricochet going for the pin first. 1, 2, Xavier Woods breaking it up. For some reason, Big E deciding not to go for the pinfall on Bobby Fish right there after that big ending. Perhaps a bit of a mistake in this one. Ricochet trying to go for the super kick though, Kyle O'Reilly getting out of the way. Kyle now trying to pin Xavier. Ricochet breaking it up. So much action to call in this one, and things are not cooling down. I would say they are heating up instead. All 6 men back in the ring. And well, this is where everything is going to go wild once again. Big E trying to go for the big ending again. It looks like to Bobby Fish, but Bobby Fish managed to reverse, taking down Ali, and Woods rolling through onto Ricochet, slamming him face first onto the mat. And now Bobby Fish going for the pinfall onto Ricochet, but not being able to go for it. Woods going for the pinfall. 1, 2. Ali kicks out, and Ricochet kicks out as well. Ricochet and Ali holding on to their dreams of being SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Kyle O'Reilly left on the top rope. Big E starting to go after Ali instead. Bobby Fish attacking Xavier Woods. I send Kyle O'Reilly up to his feet now. Huge dropkick to the back of the head of Big E. What another dropkick to Xavier Woods on the other side of the ring. All of the action in this one. Nothing is stopping in this one. Ricochet getting Kyle to his feet, but Kyle flipping out of it. Wait, so Bobby Fish though. Bobby Fish with the leg lock in. He has got the leg lock in. Is Ali going to be forced to tap out? Ricochet thrown out of the ring. Woods and Kyle O'Reilly not paying attention to this. Woods not noticing. He defeat to Kyle O'Reilly. Is Ali going to tap? Ali though gets out of it. Woods deciding not to go for the pinfall. Yes, he is starting to pull O'Reilly over. Big kick from Bobby Fish. But Ricochet right there. But Bobby Fish instead breaking up the pinfall, saving it for the Undisputed Era. My goodness, there's been so many close calls in this match. Anyone could have won this match by this point. Big E going for the pinfall on Ali, but it being broken up very quickly. Ricochet with a super kick to Kyle. 1, 2. Ali kicks out. 1, 2, 3. Ali and Ricochet They managed to do it, but they didn't pin the New Day. The New Day was so confident that they had the victory over Ali just then. They thought they had it won, but they didn't notice that Ricochet was pinning Kyle O'Reilly. And Kyle O'Reilly was caught after that huge super kick to the head. That was enough to knock out Kyle O'Reilly after this brutal match here. And you can't blame it. Like, that may not have been a major move, but this has been a long match. Lots of exhausting work. You have to keep your eyes and your head open the entire time with all the stuff going on, but they've managed to do it. Ricochet and Ali have managed to complete their prophecy. The golden prophecy may not be complete, but Ricochet and Ali managing to get those SmackDown Tag Team Championships without pinning the New Day. You've got to think the New Day are going to have some words about that one. Wow, indeed, this has been a major show here in Universe Mode so far. 2 championship matches, 2 championship changes, and are we looking at 3 for 3 right now? Buddy Murphy. I feel like I've said this for everyone so far, but he has been on a tear. And I mean it for this one. I particularly mean it for Murphy. Ever since he has turned his back on Seth Rollins after Seth punished him week in and week out. Ever since he turned his back on Seth Rollins and has returned to Universe Mode as his own man, things have been very different for Buddy Murphy. He even managed to pick up a victory over Seth Rollins, and that is a major thing. Not many people have done that, and Seth Rollins is a former 2-time Universal Champion. But he also has to go through this man here tonight, EC3. And EC3 is no joke, undefeated in singles action here in Universe Mode. His only loss coming in the tag team match last week on SmackDown, where Murphy and Riddle teamed up against EC3 and Lashley, with Murphy picking up the big victory in that one. And maybe we're going to see a repeat of the fates tonight, but EC3 has gone through some very intense opponents. He went through Daniel Bryan, gone through Braun Strowman, and we've seen what Braun Strowman's been like recently. And of course, dethroning the previous IC champion, Chad Gable. But tonight, this is going to be intense. These two guys both looking for momentum here, both looking to... Murphy looking to get his first taste of gold here in Universe Mode, and EC3 looking to prove himself as the IC champion, looking to use that championship to elevate him to the main event picture on SmackDown. But Murphy getting the early advantage in this one, getting a big reversal and now taking it to EC3. A huge knee to the face and now kicking down to EC3. Murphy looking to throw him into the corner and running over a huge flying forearm into the face of EC3. And now he's still managing to get out of the way and picking up Murphy like Murphy was nothing. That strength of EC3 there. It may be unexpected with him, but EC3 has certainly been dominant here in Universe Mode. Like I said, not lost a singles match yet. So this would be huge if Murphy can do that tonight. I believe he is on a 5-0 winning streak at the moment in singles action. Of course, like I mentioned, the tag team match last week, but singles action, I believe he is 5-0 at the moment being. Murphy, of course, has been on a streak of his own though ever since coming back after not betraying Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins betrayed him, really. After leaving Seth Rollins' side, Buddy has also been undefeated since then. Oh, huge knee to the face there of EC3. And this one is all about pride for these two. Murphy needing to prove himself, needing to prove that he is worth something without Rollins, without being a part of the Church of Rollins. He can do something on his own. He has the potential to be something big here in Universe Mode without needing Seth Rollins' interference or his wisdom or whatever else that Seth Rollins apparently can provide to you if you join his church. But you have to think Seth is going to be watching this match very closely backstage, wanting to see what the outcome to this one is. I very much doubt that he is going to be leaving Buddy Murphy alone anytime soon. It's what cult leaders are like. Once you're in a cult, you never really leave. And maybe Buddy Murphy one day will be back with Rollins, and Rollins looking to pull him back into the fold eventually, or just potentially trying to scare anyone else from leaving him. But anyway, back to the action going on in the ring right now. Murphy getting over the top, big reversal, taking down EC3 there with the neck breaker now. Big knee to the back of EC3. Getting him up to his feet and looking to throw him over the top rope. Yes, he does. And knocking him down, taking the action to the outside. Very nice indeed. Showing off there is Murphy. And now taunting at EC3 from the middle of the ring. That was very impressive though. Big flip there. EC3 though getting himself back in the ring right now. And Murphy getting straight back on. He was waiting for it to happen. And over the knee, dropping his head onto the knee of Murphy. Very nice indeed. Murphy being a little bit cocky perhaps over EC3, but it's a hard one to know what his mind state entirely is, because we've only ever known Murphy as part of the Church of Rollins. We don't know what his mindset is now he's a singles competitor away from that. Now going for the huge shooting star press into the pinfall. Is that enough for Murphy? 1, 2, only a 2 count for Murphy. EC3 still lying down on the mat right now. Murphy definitely has been on a hot streak so far in this match. EC3 started off this match quite well. Well, Murphy had a good start, but then EC3 managed to pull it back in the middle of this match. But now Murphy managed to get it above EC3. Looking to get himself back into this match right now. Looking to show the same strength that managed to get him to beat Daniel Bryan, Braun Strowman. Chad Gable. He may look at Chad as a bit of a joke after what he has done in Universe Mode, but you can't deny he was a very strong IC champion, and of course he is at the moment looking to establish the Gable Academy. We'll have to see what's going on off that, but Buddy Murphy, a big running knee. 1, 2, almost had it done. Buddy Murphy almost had it done with that huge running knee to EC3. I was saying Gable looking to make that huge Gable Academy right now, looking for a tag team partner. And let's see how that works out for him. The former IC champion, perhaps looking eventually to regain his former championship gold. EC3 way saying catching Murphy and planting him down. A move that is devastating to your opponent. 1, 2, only a 2 count there for EC3. Murphy somehow managing to kick out of that one. EC3 needs to take the advantage, so needs to be able to get back on top of Murphy right now. Huge drop kick from EC3. Exactly what he needs, and now he's calling him up, calling him for his finish, that top 1%. No, but Murphy though reversing, getting behind EC3. Big boot to the face. That is a very important move there. Now the running knee once again to EC3. Buddy Murphy picking him up and huge slaps to the face. Oh my goodness. Throwing him across the ring, using those ropes and picking up into a big old knee. The strength of Murphy, which perhaps you don't necessarily see that he has. You can tell that he's very toned man and very like upper body, but you wouldn't necessarily know that he had that much strength. He had to toss EC3 up in the air like that and then land that big old knee to the abdomen of EC3. Murphy once again trying to do a rebound move, but EC3 this time managing to get the reversal. Big kick to the gut from Murphy, and wait a second. Murphy's Law. Is that going to be enough for Murphy? 1, 2, 3. Wow, what a night so far. The night where every single championship belt is defended, and well, we are 3 for 3. 3 championship matches. 3 championship losses. 3 new champions here tonight. Rhea Ripley, Ricochet and Ali, and now Buddy Murphy. He's managed to get away from Seth Rollins and somehow managed to put an end to the singles winning streak of EC3 here tonight, and proving that he can do it alone. He can do it without Seth Rollins, and like I said earlier, Seth Rollins in the back watching this one very closely, and you got to think he's not going to be happy to see that he has that championship gold there. But next up, this one is personal. This one is very personal indeed. The club out here tonight looking to take those Raw Tag Team Championships, but it's not really the main focus of this match. That's not what's important. Mainly we want to know what has happened to AJ Styles. The Fiend, he kidnapped AJ. We saw the Fiend has been messing with AJ. We don't know entirely what's been happening with him. We saw a flicker of him the other week in the Fiend's eyes, and here he is, the Fiend, accompanied by, wait a second, Matt Hardy in his full fiendish getup, but I see someone else. Jeff Hardy is... It seems very much like Jeff Hardy has been changed, just like Matt Hardy was. Jeff Hardy picked up that big loss to the Fiend on Raw. It looks like he has taken the same path as his brother, becoming one with the Fiend and donning the mask of the Fiend. Wow. Wow indeed. I knew that Matt Hardy had a fragile mind. He was already broken, but Jeff Hardy and the desperate attempts to get his brother back to being normal, to being regular Matt Hardy, and the Jeff Hardy has ended up changing himself, becoming fiend-like, having the Fiend infect his body, and that mask is just the pure embodiment of evil. That the Fiend is inside of you, infecting your body, your way of living, and who knows if that's going to happen to AJ Styles as well. AJ Styles, after SummerSlam, after his match with Aleister Black for the United States Championship, he came out, he said he was disappointed to have lost that match, but he was kind of being very good to Aleister Black. Aleister Black had earned that victory in AJ Styles' eyes, and AJ wanted to go back into that WWE Championship scene, but before he could do anything, the Fiend came out. The Fiend attacked AJ and made him disappear, and the club have been searching for AJ. They don't know what's happened to him. All we've seen is we got this weird video from the Fiend where he shows him tormenting AJ. Well, not necessarily tormenting, but just this connection between the two of them. I don't entirely understand it. And then last week at the end of the AJ Styles, I apologise, Jeff Hardy and Fiend match, as the Fiend was leaving, we could see AJ Styles in the eyes of the Fiend, and well, I don't know what this means for AJ, but clearly AJ hasn't been fully indoctrinated yet by the Fiend like Matt and Jeff have, because otherwise you'd think AJ would be here. You think the Fiend would be very happy to display this body that he's taken over like Matt and Jeff. You saw the way that they came out here, the Fiend are leading them down to the ring like that. And you think AJ Styles would be with them if he'd done that to AJ. We have to wait and see. I don't know what's going on with AJ. We need to focus on this match first. The Raw Tag Champions, well, they've been completely altered by the Fiend, the club, looking to take away their championships and hoping to use that on the path to getting back AJ Styles and finding out what's happened to him. Up to the top rope there is Matt Hardy. Huge elbow drop to Luke Gallows, the guy with the huge stature in this match. So much bigger than the other two. And at least Gallows and Anderson, they are used to this mind games over the last few weeks. They have seen it. They kind of know what to expect. And I don't really think these guys would necessarily be scared. These guys are such manly men, let's say. They're not going to be bothered by it. They haven't been in the past. They've run in to the ring when the Fiend was in his disappearing mode. When the lights went out and the Fiend disappears, they both ran in the ring to try and attack him. But of course it wasn't the Fiend by the end of it, it was Matt Hardy. But they don't seem to be scared of the Fiend or the Hardys, whatever they've become now. Wait a second, side effects by Matt Hardy. And calling for that delete chant, wanting to delete Gallows and Anderson. The delete, the broken Matt Hardy. Well, he's still there inside of that body somewhere, inside the vessel, and twist of fate onto Luke Gallows, but Luke Gallows too close to the ropes just there. And Matt Hardy just staring down at the Fiend, how creepy. Just perhaps looking for some kind of, not advice, but some kind of guidance on what he should be doing. Jeff Hardy just getting in the face of Carl Anderson, taunting him right there. And again, those deletes. Like I said, the broken Matt Hardy has really infected this as well. Those deletes has really become a part of this fiendish world that we now have. I mean, to delete... Well, I don't know, to be honest. They are just recklessly doing whatever they please and not really giving any answers away. Saying Twist of Fate, a second one to Luke Gallows this time. And Jeff looking to throw Gallows into the corner. Carl Anderson hasn't really been in this match. He has barely been in this match. Luke Gallows now by a second. And third, Twist of Fate by Jeff Hardy. And now Matt Hardy going up to the top. And the Swanton from Matt Hardy. Opposite to what you traditionally expect from these guys. Now knocking Carl Anderson off and Luke Gallows not moving after 3 Twists of Fate and a Swanton. 1, 2, 3. My goodness, these guys are, well, ever since they've been transformed, I say with bunny ears in my hands, well, these guys really have just been a different tag team. They've been so strong as a tag team with this, with the Fiend inside of them, affecting them. Who could be able to take those tag team championships away from them? And also, more importantly, what is happening with AJ Styles? Well, it doesn't look like AJ is here tonight, but make sure to tune into Raw. And maybe, hopefully we'll be able to get an update on what is going on with AJ Styles and The Fiend, and what The Fiend has done with AJ Styles. We'll have to wait and see as The Fiend drops down to his knees with his followers behind him. Those masks, those terrifying masks. Oh my goodness, shivers over my body, but it is time for our main event of part 1. And yes, it is for that WWE Championship. And originally this match, of course, was supposed to be a triple threat match. So this all goes back to just before SummerSlam. Sami Zayn won the WWE Championship from AJ Styles, and then Kevin Owens, his best friend, well, he didn't like that. He had enough of Sami Zayn, and he decided to take out Sami. He destroyed him, stole Sami's championship away from him, not beating him, just stealing it. And then at SummerSlam, Sami managed to get back his title belt from Kevin Owens. But then, the damage from Kevin Owens had all been too much, and in came Mr. Money in the Bank, Drew McIntyre, to cash in and win the WWE Championship title belt. And well, this match was scheduled to be a triple threat match. Ever since the end of SummerSlam, this was announced as a triple threat contest, but things really changed. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they could not get over their rivalry. They kept going at it backstage, brawling, a big 6-man tag. Kevin Owens hiring his new security guys, the AOP. Kevin Owens looking like it was going to be all okay, but then kicking Sami Zayn low. And then Sami came out to have one final promo about what is going on with Kevin Owens and trying to put this to an end. But Kevin came out, got in his face, stunned him. AOP, huge double team move. And then Kevin Owens broke the leg of Sami Zayn, and Sami is, well, he's out. He is out for an undetermined amount of time. He is still being assessed by medical professionals as Sami Zayn, and that is why this match is now a singles one-on-one contest. And yeah, I don't necessarily agree with Kevin Owens' attitudes, but it has made it a lot easier for himself tonight. Putting himself in a position where it's only him and Drew McIntyre. And of course AOP standing outside looking on. Of course they can't get involved, can't risk a DQ, because then Drew McIntyre would retain his championship. But they are there for moral support for this one. For Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre here tonight. It's also interesting, ever since Drew McIntyre has won that championship, well, he hasn't really been involved in this storyline. He's been very separate from it. Kevin Owens and Sami going at it completely, and Drew's been very separate. He defended his WWE Championship against Kane on the night after SummerSlam Raw, but since then Drew has been very distant from what's going on, just allowing Kevin and Sami to go at it, not wanting to be involved in this personal drama that's going on between these two. It's not his place, and I agree with Drew on that. It really isn't his place to get involved. If you want to be a successful WWE champion, you need to concentrate on your defenses, not let Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens get in your head. It's probably another reason why you don't really see Drew McIntyre hanging out with anyone at the moment being. Drew McIntyre's seen what's happened with friends here in Universe Mode, and it doesn't typically work out all that well for you. And being embroiled in the middle of this friendship breakup probably means that Drew McIntyre is not going to want anyone by his side anytime soon. Oh, a big running lariat there from McIntyre. McIntyre going up top very early in this one, not traditionally McIntyre's style. Kevin Owens getting back to his feet, and McIntyre now dropping the elbow from the top rope onto Kevin Owens right on the top of his head. And now lifting Owens up. What is Drew thinking here? Picking him up and looking for a slam of some variety. Yes, he is. But Kevin Owens managing to get out. I think he was looking to throw Kevin Owens outside of the ring. But Kevin Owens managed to get out of it, and now working on a submission there, a crossface on Drew McIntyre with Drew's legs, his long old legs, getting into the ropes. Of course, you can see the size difference between these two guys. Very different body sizes. Drew McIntyre, just a giant of a man. And like, he may not be, he's not like the tallest man, but he is a giant of a man without being a giant. He's ridiculously big and ridiculously toned. He spends a lot of time working on his physique. Whereas you can see with Kevin Owens, he is a brawler. He doesn't care so much on being the perfect guy. He doesn't care about being the fitness model variety. He just cares. He doesn't matter to him. All that matters is he has the muscles to do what counts. He can beat you up. He can lift you up. He can slam you down. And look, just holding Drew McIntyre up like that, he can do it. He has all the muscles he needs to do that. But he doesn't care about having the physique of a regular WWE superstar. And wait a second, the headbutt there, the Scottish kiss from Drew McIntyre. Now he's calling for the Claymore. Is that going to be it? No, instead Drew McIntyre decided to change his plans and instead just raining down punches on Kevin Owens. I thought that was going to be it. I thought that was going to be a Claymore. 1, 2, 3, and a very, very easy victory for Drew McIntyre here tonight. You've got to think, even though Sami Zayn is the one who's taken all of these beatings from Kevin Owens, even though Sami's not, you've got to think that's playing on the mind of Kevin Owens. He may be mentally in a difficult position, in a difficult place. Like, it's hard if you lose a friend like that, even if it's your doing, you decided to do it. You've got to think that is difficult to deal with. Someone you've been so close to, someone you were champions together, they were Raw Tag Champions. Drew McIntyre tossing Kevin Owens over his head, trying to go for the pin, but the rope right there for Drew McIntyre. Unfortunately for Drew, I should say. But yeah, but you got to say that's probably going to be playing on the mind of Owens, and has to get used to that new life. It's very different than having Sami Zayn in your corner than having AOP in your corner. I doubt you get much friendly conversation out of those two, to be honest. It's probably very much all about work. And wait a second, Akan now picking up Drew McIntyre, getting in his face, causing a distraction for Kevin Owens to get behind Drew McIntyre. I know Drew is surrounded. This is not a good position to be in. Kevin Owens taking advantage, deadlifting Drew McIntyre. Like I said, that strength of Kevin Owens, deadlifting Drew McIntyre like that. Brutal stuff. But Drew getting the reversal and getting to an Akan, then he's get back in the ring, and they are back in. Of course, on a DQ, Drew would still win the championship or a count out. Drew, though, managing to take the advantage now. They're back in the ring, despite Kevin getting the brief flurry of offense on the outside due to AOP's interference. It wasn't enough. Drew managing to get back into this straight away. And Drew with another big reversal there to Kevin Owens, and now slamming down on the back of Owens, knocking him down to the mat, pulling him back to his feet. I thought he was going to be looking for another Scottish kiss there, but instead Drew throwing Kevin to the outside of the ropes and looking to knock him down to the outside again, but Kevin instead reversing, getting himself back in the ring, throwing Drew McIntyre into the corner, perhaps looking to set up for his cannonball perhaps. No, instead going for a big lariat to the back of Drew McIntyre, trying to hit Drew into the turnbuckle. Going for the pin for 1, 2. Very, very close for Kevin Owens there. Oh, but Scottish Kiss, I take it back. Scottish Kiss straight away from Drew McIntyre. 1, 2. My goodness, only a 2 count there for Drew, but he caught him with that Scottish Kiss headbutt. Brutal there from Drew McIntyre. And now Drew looking to throw Kevin Owens to the outside again. Looking to punch him off the apron. Not being able to do it once again. Kevin Owens reversing it. Kevin Owens knows that Drew McIntyre has taken off that announce table. He has taken the top off. He knows that's what Drew is looking to do in this one. But Kevin again the reversal. I was looking to put Drew through the table himself, but no, throwing Drew back into the ring. Kevin knows if he hits one big move, he just needs to hit the stunner on Drew, and that it could be it for him. And we could have our 4th of 5 changes of championships here on Clash of Champions so far. It is definitely looking good if you're a challenger. We've only had one challenger lose so far. Wait a second though, things could be about to change. Down he goes with a huge DDT. Kevin Owens 1, 2. Oh, the future shock was not enough. Drew McIntyre though, going into the corner. Is he going for it this time? I think he is. This is the end. This is going to be it for Kevin Owens in this one. Claymore kick. The exclamation point has been landed. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre still your WWE champion. Wow, indeed there. Drew McIntyre not going to be losing his championship anytime soon. You gotta think. My goodness. Taking down Kevin Owens. I'm sure it wasn't the easiest match in the world, but you can't say it was the biggest stretch to Drew McIntyre's abilities in this one. But Drew getting the victory, and you got to think Sami Zayn probably played a part in that. Sami Zayn living rent-free in the head of Kevin Owens. But Drew, still your champion, and make sure to come back tomorrow to see part 2 of Clash of Champions. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.